Alright, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about the discretionary and rulemaking authority of bureaucratic agencies. Let's do it! Alright, so again, we know that Congress passes laws, but the bureaucracy implements them. And the reason for that is pretty simple. Well, first of all, it's Congress's job to pass laws, and it's the job of the executive to enforce laws. So the bureaucracy, which is part of the executive branch, they're just enforcing the law. But additionally, Congress lacks the time, the expertise, and the ability to put into effect all the little details of those laws that they do pass. So they leave that to the bureaucracy. Again, the idea here is that because of the merit system, we have experts who are specialists in their area of policy, and so they're able to do a better job than Congress would in fact do. So along with this, Congress often gives bureaucratic agencies administrative discretion or discretionary authority. And this is the idea that they essentially leave the details to the experts. So Congress will pass a piece of legislation that sets broad guidelines and perhaps a goal that says, all right, this is the goal that we want accomplished. And then it's really the bureaucratic agency that fills in all the details and says, all right, this is how we're going to do it. So along with this, the agencies also have rulemaking authority. So they're deciding how to implement that law, but they can say to the public, all right, well, this is how it's going to be done, and they can make rules. These rules are called regulations. And the important thing to remember is that these rules and regulations have the power of law. So if a bureaucratic agency, let's say the EPA or the Federal Reserve or the FEC or the SEC, all these, the alphabet soup of agencies, if they make a rule or regulation, you have to comply with it. You can't be like, well, oh, Congress didn't say that. That was just the EPA. I don't have to follow that. That's not true. Their rules and regulations do have the power of law. And the reason for that is that Congress gave them the authority. They delegated the authority and said, these guys are going to make the details. So everybody else, you listen to them. They're the experts. Do what they say. Let's think about an example. It's likely that you have heard of the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. So Congress passes the Clean Air Act of 1970. And what this law did, among a lot of things, it says, all right, we want to have less pollution in the United States. We want cleaner air. We want cleaner waterways. But congressmen, they're not experts of this. They're not scientists. They're not environmentalists. So they let the experts at the EPA set the details. So they got to set the standards about how much pollution would be allowed to be emitted from certain types of factories, how hazardous waste materials would need to be disposed of. So what's happening here is Congress made the law, the Clean Air Act, then Congress sets the broad goal, clean air, clean water, but then they delegate the authority to the EPA, and then the EPA chooses how to accomplish those goals. The EPA then makes the rules and says, all right, this is the maximum amount of carbon that's allowed to be emitted, or this is how you have to dispose of such and such pollutant. So again, now the agency is making administrative law. They are making rules and regulations that have the power of law. Now, the one other thing to mention with this is that the agencies also often have the power to punish violators. So what happens is the EPA sets the standards, and then the EPA goes and checks up to make sure, well, let's check up and see if they're polluting too much. And if they find people in violation, this is where they can issue fines and they can punish people who are found to be in violation of the regulations set by the EPA in this case, or more broadly by the bureaucratic agencies. So this is a tremendous amount of power that these agencies actually have. And some people criticize this. They say that they have quasi-legislative and quasi-judicial powers, meaning that they are acting like the legislative branch when they make these regulations. Then they're acting like the judicial branch when they actually punish people who are found in violation. So instead of just enforcing the rules, they're making the rules, they're enforcing them, and they're punishing and interpreting those rules. So this is a source of criticism because some people argue that this violates the basic constitutional principle of separation of powers. So the big takeaway from this section is how the bureaucratic agencies are empowered by receiving this discretionary authority and the ability to make rules and regulations that people must follow. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Until next time, this has been a La Money production. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Do me a favor and hit that like button if this video helped at all. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time.